Hello everyone, welcome back to RGH3-101, and in today's video I'll be demonstrating on how to set up your console to use storage devices over 2 terabytes. So basically for this you'll need two softwares. You're going to need JRunner with extras, and you're going to need Simple 360 and Flasher. Both of these you can get from the console mod website. So what you'll need to do, you'll get a USB drive, and you'll use your console to format it so that the console can read it when you transfer files to it. And once you have done that, you plug it into your PC and you're going to transfer the folder, Simple 360 and Flasher, and these are the files that are going to be in it. You might say README file, which I have removed because I have no need for it. But once you have this in the same format all set up on your USB drive, you're gonna plug into your console and let's move over and get started. Okay, so once on our console, you have the USB plugged in. Okay, once it's plugged in, you are gonna go to File Manager, USB 0, and you'll look for the Simple 360 and Flasher, and you're gonna execute the default.xex. Alright, so what you're going to do here, you're going to press X to dump your NAND onto the USB stick. So press X, put your controller down, let it do its thing. Okay, once that's done, you can press any button on the controller. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're going to move back up on our PC to get that all configured and set up. Alright, so now that we're back on our PC, USB is plugged in, so you just need to launch JRunner with extras. And what do you want to do? You want to go to load and search for USB, simple non-flasher folder, and this will be your flash dump. So normally this will be a good time to back up your flash dump just in case for anything up in the future. But for demonstration purposes, I already have this backed up somewhere. So we're going to open. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to patch, and this is where you can actually enable the USB DSEC. This allows you to use third-party controller with a assigned dongle. But here we're gonna enable extra large HDD. You can do it for USB if you're gonna have an external drive that's bigger than 2 terabyte, but we're just gonna do this for now. So once we do that, you don't need to change anything here at all. So we're just gonna simply create our Excel build, and you just get a little notification right there. Just press OK, and once that everything is done, so we'll just need to move back on our console right now and finish up the process. But before we do that, what we need to do, we need to locate the newly built NAN. So you'll go to the folder where the J1 is located, and you should see here a new folder that was created. So we're going to enter that folder, and what we need is the UDP flash. So what we're going to do, we're going to copy this into that folder that's on your USB drive. So here we're just going to copy that. Let's go to a USB drive and simple and flasher. So this you can remove just to prevent any issue. So let's put that right there. Alright, as I said, I already have this backed up somewhere, so I can remove that. So the only thing you should have is the new build, and you can leave this CPU key and all the log. It won't affect the process. So let's go over to our console and let's reflash this. Okay, so now we're back on our console. So let's go to File Manager, USB 0, and we're going to go back down to our Simple NAND Flasher, and you can see we have the newly created bin file. So we're just going to launch that. So here we have option A if we want to flash the NAND, which is what we want to do. You have B, you can dump and rewrite, and X if I want to redump. So we're going to choose option A. Press A. And just to confirm, we want to confirm that this is what you want to do, which is yes. And we're going to press the start button. I'm going to put our controller down and don't touch anything and let it do its thing. Alright, so flash is done, the console is rebooting. Alright, so now that we have done that, so you remember wondering why I didn't load into Aurora? No, we don't want to do that. So what happens is that whenever time you enable the extra large drive setting onto the console, basically it reads the hard drive differently than normal. So you would have to reformat the hard drive within the console or use um, exFAT Explorer to do it. So normally we'd have to redo the whole thing so it can read this drive. Yeah, that's basically the process you do in enabling drive larger than 2 terabyte. Alright, so we found the hard drive. So what I'll do, I'll just transfer the regular files that I need to prep the hard drive. So go back to games. This is reading from the external. And let's go to demo. I'm gonna launch XEX menu. And let's go for apps. That's the folder we need. And we're just gonna put everything here. So basically, this is the same process that you'll normally do after you RGH your console and get everything all set up with DAS launch and everything. So that's the app folder with Aurora and all those things that you would normally transfer over. So it's basically doing the process over again. So normally you would do this not when you have your game library, everything like that. You may want to back up your game library, but that is the procedure. Okay, so now that's all done. Open your apps folder, the dash launch, and you'll set your default path that you would normally do. And you'll save the path, and this should get you back into Aurora. And basically all that's need to be done now is to redo your content folder and any other thing that you would already have. So this is just a backup of everything. And when you do the XL flashing, it does create the HDDX for original Xbox games. Right here, and this is where you would paste that. And that's basically the whole process. So replacing all the games that were on it before, it will take a while. Normally, you can pull the drive out and use Fat Explorer and mount the hard drive and do it quite quickly. But if not, this is another way of doing it. It will take a while, but this is where I'll end the video, and I'll see you the next one.